Shut up and sit down.
Alexander the Great Essay. Essay on Alexander the Great for students and children in English. Alexander the Great was a king of Macedonia who conquered an empire that stretched from the Balkans to modern-day Pakistan. He was born on July 20th, 356 BC in Pella, which was the administrative capital of Macedonia. Alexander was the son of Philip II and Olympias, one of Philip's 8 wives. He was brought up with the belief that he was of divine birth. From his early days, Olympias had encouraged him to believe that he was a descendant of heroes and gods. Nothing he had accomplished would have discouraged him from believing. The personality of Alexander the Great was a paradox. He had great charisma and force of personality, but his character was full of contradictions, especially in his later years. However, he could motivate his army to do what seems to be impossible. Alexander was a visionary. His ability to dream, plan, and strategize on a large scale allowed him too many battles. Even he was outnumbered. It also helped motivate his men who knew they were part of one of the greatest conquests in history. Alexander could be inspiring and courageous, continued Abernethy. He was devoted to training his men, rewarding them with honors and spoils, and going into battle beside them, which furthered their devotion and confidence. The fact that Alexander was young, beautiful, and empathetic only helped to increase his influence on his soldiers and subjects. His father was often away conquering neighboring territories and putting down revolts. Nevertheless, King Philip II of Macedon was one of Alexander's most influential role models. Philip ensured Alexander was given a noteworthy and significant education. He arranged for Alexander to be tutored by Aristotle himself. His education infused him with a love of knowledge, logic, philosophy, music, and culture. The teachings of Aristotle would later aid him in the treatment of his new subjects in the empires he invaded and conquered, allowing him to admire and maintain these disparate cultures. Alexander watched his father campaign nearly every year and win victory after victory. Philip remodeled the Macedonian army from citizen warriors into a professional organization. In early 324 BC, Alexander reached the city of Susa in Persia, wanting to unite the Persians and Macedonian and create a new race loyal to him. He ordered many of his officers to marry Persian princesses at a mass wedding. He also took 2 more wives for himself. The Macedonian army resented Alexander's attempt to change their culture, and many mutinied. But after Alexander took a firm stand and replaced Macedonian officers and troops with Persians, his army backed down. To further diffuse the situation, Alexander returned their titles, hosted a huge reconciliation banquet. Many conquered lands retained the Greek influence Alexander introduced, and several cities he founded remain important cultural centers even today. The period of history from his death to 31 BC, when his empire folded, would come to be known as the Hellenistic period. Alexander the Great is revered as the most powerful and influential leaders in the ancient world ever produced. 10 lines on Alexander the Great in English. Alexander the Great was a king of Macedonia who conquered an empire that stretched from the Balkans to modern-day Pakistan. Alexander was inspiring and courageous, continued Abernethy. His ability to dream, plan, and strategize on a large scale allowed him too many battles even when he was outnumbered. He won the Battle of the Guenesis May 334 BC. He won the Battle of Issus 5 November 333 BC. He won the Battle of Gaugamela 1st October 331 BC. He won the Battle of the Persian Gate 20 January 330 BC. Alexander was a visionary. Alexander succeeded his father Philip II to the throne at the age of 20. Alexander the Great is revered as the most powerful,